Live from the 607, it's the Ocho Duro Parlay Hour, where we're talking everything movies, TV, comics, and entertainment. Join in the conversation on social media with the hashtag ODPH, because here we go. Welcome to a very special edition of the ODPH Podcast. My name is Ken M, and joining me via Zoom is a creator that we know and love here at the ODPH. He holds the record for the most guest appearances in the podcast history of 8.5 years. And why? Because his work is that damn good. Because whether we're talking about the baddest bunny in all the land of Horus and Hell, if we're talking about Pocus Hocus, the world's worst magician, but man, does he put on an entertaining story. Misfortune, Grandma Chainsaw, The Dead Squad, still waiting on that one shot, I'm telling you right now. And the latest project, which I don't know if I can even say on airwaves, because let's face it, peek behind the curtain. I tried doing a Google search for this, and the rabbit hole I went down. Parent discretion is advised, because there's a brand new Kickstarter on that is talking about a bad MotherClucker and one hell of a delivery. Who is the mastermind behind this, you would say? I should say a co-mastermind, because when he teams up with an artist like Kit Wallis, you know you got magic in your hand on Kickstarter, and the campaign is rocking and rolling right now. It is my honor and privilege to bring back friend of the show, family of the show. I mean, hell, he's a co-host at this stage.
Yeah.
For Comic Soup's one and only Alan Dunford. Alan, what's going on?
And the crowd goes mild, Ken.
Well, like I say, I'm the only one in studio. Everybody else, another peek behind the curtain. Everybody else was working at this moment, so they couldn't come down. And everybody, I was like, I'm talking to Alan tonight. Oh, really? Dude, why couldn't we do this? And I'm like, listen, this is the only time we can make it happen. But because we
this was it. I'm so sorry.
No, you don't need to apologize for nothing. The book, which is in Kickstarter right now, the link is in the bio of this podcast and YouTube stream. So make sure you go support it fast and furiously, like your Vin Diesel. But let us get into this, because a bad MotherClucker and one hell of a delivery. How did this project come to be?
So yeah, first off, God, I don't even know where to begin with this. So, as you may or may not know, Kit Wallis and I, we actually developed a working relationship by him just pretty much just doing every variant cover ever for me. And it's always been such a pleasure having Kit involved in this stuff. So that's always just been great. But we kind of always talked like, hey, there's projects we want to do and all these different book ideas and stuff. And then eventually it got to a point where it's like, let's just start making stories together. And that's where Kit had an imprint that he was wanting to do. It's actually called Soup Comics. So then I said, hey, why don't we just name it Comic Soup? And then that's how this came to be. We just thought Comic Soup kind of rolled off the tongue a little bit better.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, but
I'll back that up. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's probably my only contribution to that. But dude, no, it was crazy because Kit had this idea in this book already up called Cockhead. And yeah, man, I mean, like, I really don't know what else to say about it. Like, if you're familiar with his work, like Kit, and I mean this in the best possible way, he's a madman,
Yes.
absolutely insane.
Mm-hmm.
And he had this book, and it's about I think Kit, in my opinion, anyway, aside from his brilliant imagination, he excels at anthropomorphic characters, and this one's another one. So it's a anthropomorphic rooster, cock, whatever you want to say, and it's like a hyper John Wick, right? Yes. I think that's like really one of the like few ways I can think to describe this book. Like it is a trip, and it is great.
It's literally fantastic. Like, I remember seeing this pop up, and I'm like, what the hell is this? In like the best way possible. And I will fully back you. Kid is a madman, but he's a mad genius. And what he does with Horus is like a tip of the iceberg for what you see here with Cockhead. And it is absolutely freaking wild.
Yeah. So ironically, and Ken, I think we talked about this like forever ago, man. The first book that Kit and I worked on together was mostly dead. Like the project that we like, hey, let's make something together. It was mostly dead, and we did that like probably over a year ago. But he's super busy, and this stuff always seems like it takes forever to get going and stuff. And
Mm.
Cockhead's something that he just made like by himself, and it's 100% completed, and then all that. But like it's just kind of cool seeing that. Like, so now we built the campaign for Cockhead, and then available on Cockhead is the preview ashcan for Mostly Dead, and the preview ashcan for another book that we have called Small Bites. So it's, I don't know, man, it's really surreal, like actually seeing this stuff kind of come to life, because like I said, like whenever you start talking about it with people, it's like, yeah, this sounds great, yeah, this sounds fun, yeah, this sounds great, and then you just finally do it,
Yeah.
right? It's just, I don't know, it's just really cool, and I'm so happy for Kit too. Cockhead is I know I'm kind of bouncing around all over the place, but
No,
Cockhead's just doing a lot better than what we expected it to do on Kickstarter, because it's a brand new Kickstarter campaign on a brand new account with an original IP. So it's we didn't know how it was going to do, man, but we didn't think it was going to do as well as it is right now.
well, but it's something, and I'll say this, and I've said this from the dawn of time, I think since we've met.
Yeah.
Everybody that is a comic fan that surveys Kickstarter primarily,
Mhm.
they know what you and your team is bringing to the table every time you do a campaign. And it's that connection that grows word of mouth. And then everybody hears you have a new project coming out, or someone on your team does, and it's instantly is going to generate that buzz.
Yeah.
So when we see, like, because I mean, Horus in Hell is an insane book. It's
Yeah.
amazing. And like I say, if anybody is listening or watching at home and you think like, yeah, I keep saying, madness, insane. No, this is all like positive adjectives right
Yeah.
here. I just want to clarify this.
Yeah. I just want everyone to know we're all about it.
Yeah. But it's something that when you pick it up, it's an experience, and it's one that you're going like, what am I reading for all the right reasons? Because it really pushes the creativity, and fans know you're getting your money's worth and then some
Yeah.
every time you put out a campaign, because you have that fan first mentality
Hmm.
that it shines. Like anytime that there's a campaign that you do that comes out, it really resonates. Like you're thinking of the fans first that are really going to be the ones that decide if a book takes off or not. And then to spend hard-earned money in this day and age,
Yeah.
you really have to give them something that is going to be, one, enjoyable, and two, worth their time.
Yeah.
And Cockhead is something that is, and I really want to go into like the elevator pitch for this. So, I mean, if you have to explain this,
Yeah. Okay. So hang on. I'm going to tell you what I wrote, and then I'll tell you what Kit wrote.
okay.
Side note: the thing that I'm most proud of is the very short tagline I thought of, which is "a cock with a Glock."
Oh, Jesus.
So there you go. All right. Okay. So then what I wrote is the actually, hang on. I think I just wrote a cock with a Glock. Hang on. I think that's all I have. Yeah, because I condensed it. So with Kit, it is the clucking post apocalyptic story of a delivery boy who must get a parcel to a local mob boss on pain of death, which soon becomes all too relevant.
That's incredible. Like seeing the cover of this badass rooster going around. So in case anybody needs more clarification of this,
Yeah, just letting everyone know. Yeah.
yes, to clarify. But yeah,
Yeah.
but this badass rooster just going around, and the shenanigans involved, if I can use that.
Uh,
Like I say, it's something we don't see every day here in comics, and
yeah.
but it's fun, it's exciting, and it's definitely eye-catching, because you're like, what the hell is going on
Yeah.
here? But to have that reaction, and especially
Yeah.
with my team, and we read it, we're just like, what is going on here? But it's the best compliments, because you never want to be forgotten and like the
Mhm.
same old same. And I think with this project, yeah, this one definitely stands out for a lot of great reasons.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. And especially too, like for being the first imprint with, Comic Soup, did
Mhm.
you feel any pressure with this one per se, or is it just like you touched upon a little bit, it's just like after talking about it for so long to finally get it, like when it finally hit the campaign.
Yeah, so this one was weird for me because again, I'm not directly tied to the
Right.
right. Like Kit's just he's a good friend of mine, and when you find your people, you want them to succeed, you want them to do well, right?
Facts.
And I wanted this thing. I felt a weird pressure on this one because I wanted it to do well for Kit.
Mm.
And I wanted it to be successful. And I remember like I was kind of giving a pep talk during one of our teams meetings or whatever, and I think I was really pep talking myself, right? Like I was telling like it's gonna be okay. Like no matter how this thing performs, just know it's our first one. You know what I mean? Like all the coping mechanisms that you tell yourself.
Sure, sure.
Like yeah, market's unsure. We could always be launching at a bad time. You could be launching at a good time. This that. Um, and like I said, yeah, man, it was just great to see it, like, and just see all these people come and just support Kit. And it's also really cool too because I got to see a couple familiar faces of people that's backed me before, because we shared it out on the Horus campaign.
Mhm.
So yeah, man, it's just I don't know, it's just like I said, it's just cool.
Yeah. I mean, and
Yeah.
then, honestly, but it's another factor that goes to you and your team, and especially
Mhm.
like with how you create with Kit, and especially like you guys have always had that great working relationship. Like when you start working together on a project with him, like
Yeah.
you kind of give a little behind the scenes, like how does that all work?
Um, Dude, it's the same way I work with Brian.
Okay.
I write the script and I give it to them and I say have fun, and then they can change, do whatever they want because I trust them wholeheartedly. Right? I picked them as an artist for a reason. There's no reason for me to try to deviate from what they do best. Right?
Yeah. And I mean that's the best thing too is to have that, 100% trust in him that you can give it to him and you don't have to worry. It's like I've
Hmm.
done my share. I know this is going to be a knockout of the park
Yeah.
and you go from there. And then I mean obviously the fans have gravitated towards it no matter if it's been Pocus, it's been Horace, it's been
Yeah.
Grandma Chainsaw. It's I don't want to say the Midas touch, but it's something that you when you build that relationship
Hmm.
and you can see with the team that it's there in the cohesiveness.
Yeah, and I think too, it's important because we don't take ourselves too seriously,
Yeah.
right? Like we know what's fun and we know the books that we want to read,
Hmm.
and I think that's where like a lot of that comes from. And I don't know, man. Like I said, it's just pretty surreal, right?
But surreal, but much like you touched upon earlier, though, it's saying it and finally putting it out in the world, and
Hmm.
to finally have that DIY mentality that you've always had,
Yeah.
to really just like, okay, I want to go do this, and now it's here, and now I'm doing it, and like that
Yeah.
that, that resonates with so many people too. That's like now or never. Like, what are you waiting for? That now it's like you put it out, and honestly, just putting out the campaign, just taking all
Hmm.
that pressure off. That it's like no matter what, you're kind of playing with house money a little bit, like,
Yeah.
so to speak, because the campaign
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and all that. So it's like it's a little less pressure of going into like the unknown because, like I say, with Kickstarter, it's an ever evolving world, no matter what.
Right.
And going in with especially a new brand, would you say with being the first imprint, like what do you think was the biggest pro with that and being the biggest con with that?
Biggest pro is it's just being new, right? Because you're not going up against any title, right? Like you're not comparing yourself to a book that was out before or anything like that. This is your ground zero.
Yeah.
So you get to like learn from your mistakes. You get to do this, you get to do that, and it's just like that's the cool part to see, right?
Mm.
But then now it's like, okay, let's keep this momentum going forward.
Yeah. And that's
Because yeah.
no, because that's what you should have.
Mhm.
Like obviously it's like you want to just start building something, especially from the ground up. So
Right.
yeah, anytime you can do that, that's what really matters to it,
Mhm.
especially like the day and age of Kickstarter. Like to
Mhm.
see how much that's impacted, the comic business. But it's been one that, you've really kind of set the biggest blueprint for, I think, of how to be successful.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, man. Like I said too, it's just been all of it has just been so crazy, man. Like, and again, just seeing the love and support from everybody has just been so great. Coming into this thing too, and like I said, I've just been over the moon for Kit, man, because I know that how much he put into this thing. Yeah, and it's funny to talk about it like that, right? It's like how much he put into a book called Cockhead, but he really gives he really gives us all in this thing too, and you can tell from the artwork and just how fun it is, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say if anybody hasn't seen the preview pages, definitely make sure after you sign up to get it out. there is a lot happening here, and especially
Yeah,
from genius.
yeah.
Was there a moment that you can say, because I don't want to spoil anything for the book,
Mhm.
that you went, all right, maybe we should have kind of reeled that back a little bit?
No, because I know Kit, and it's just it's what he did, man. So like for example, whenever I got back the pages for Horus 3,
Mm.
we were in a hell scene, and Kit, I don't want to spoil anything, but Kit drew something and I didn't write in the script. And I remember my first thought was like, God, should I take that out? And then I was like, nah, just nah, just let it happen. Like this is just crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, especially because you know he'll throw something in there that
Mhm.
we don't see. And like I say, just going through the preview pages, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, he's going some places with this book and all the right stuff to
Mhm.
it. I want to emphasize. I was so happy to buy my copy. I was
Yeah.
like, I need to own this because it was just an experience. Like I say, this
Yeah.
little bit I've seen, I'm like, oh my God, like what's going on too?
Yeah. So the thing, like the one I'm really excited for, man, like again, I don't know if it's just because we've been sitting on it for a while or whatever, but I am so excited to get Mostly Dead out there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, because I know
Yeah.
that that's one of the books offered on Kickstarter. Mostly we've seen the animated short for.
Mhm.
So let's talk a little bit about that if we need to give a refresher to everybody and what is the status going on with that now?
Yeah, so as soon as the Cockhead campaign's over, we're going straight to Mostly Dead. And I'm just so stoked for it, dude. So for those of you that don't know, Mostly Dead is it just follows a story about a boy that's in an orphanage. His parents tragically die in a car wreck, and it's him trying to bring them back to life from the dead because inside the orphanage he finds pretty much a Necronomicon and for how to bring them back.
Oh boy.
Yep, and it's very heartfelt. Like I'm very proud of the book.
Yeah,
Yeah.
from what I've been able to see about it, and no spoilers,
Mhm.
folks. It's going to be a fun read. If you haven't
Yep.
picked up the Ash Can, well, I mean, you should be signing up and getting the
Yeah.
Ash.
The book's
Yeah,
a lot funnier than what I'm making it out to be, I promise.
yeah, no, no, trust me. The animated short, if you get a chance to check that out, that's going to be something you
Yeah.
get you amped up for it because like it's been a project that I know we've talked about in the past, and now to see that that's finally going to become a campaign, I'm
Yeah.
super excited about that. And then we were talking a little bit about small bites, so let's get
Mhm.
into that, shall we?
Okay, yeah, so that one's pretty open and shut. Kit wanted to do a werewolf book for a while, and then there we go. We got Small Bites. So it's yeah, this one follows the story of a young girl that gets bitten by a werewolf, and it's just the journey of her and her friends trying to figure out what to do. So it's real Goonies vibe, which I love that. And it's just I don't know, it's just one of those like an action comedy horror, which Mostly Dead encompasses that, and that's my favorite thing to really tackle. But yeah, so it's another one of those, just we want to create books that you read and you're like, wow, that was just so much fun just now.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's a great motto to go by too, because
Mhm.
you're having fun creating it. You want the reader to have fun creating it.
Yes, 100%.
Read to get that excitement too from them.
Mhm.
Because especially with the books coming out too. I mean, horror has always been your specialty. Are you still finding it to be like a great challenge to kind of reinvent the wheel, so to speak, a little bit? Because like you always have a great handle on bringing horror to page.
Yeah, so it stresses me out every time I write something. Like I'm not even gonna lie. Like it really does. But I don't know. I just kind of just let it happen. Like it's hard to explain, right? Like I don't know. I just know that it will naturally come. I try not to think too much about it.
Well, but that's
Yeah.
that's something with the amount that you've done over the years.
Hmm.
You don't want to overthink too much with it. I just
Right.
thought say is like, when we like start doing creations here with the ODPH, it's like, trying to find ways to, not reinvent the wheel, but kind of re-energize it, so to
Yeah.
speak. It's
Hmm.
just something like we've done X for so long. Is there any way we can make it Y and, kind of make something like that happen? So I always
Yeah.
kind of find it fascinating just because, like I say, you have such an easy grasp of it because it seems so easy now, like after watching your work
Hmm.
focus to now, that is just like, how do you go and find ways to just challenge yourself with that? So
Yep.
it's refreshing to hear as a listener, as somebody that reads your work, that yeah, you still have the proverbial butterflies, if you
Mhm.
will.
Oh yeah, no, dude, every time. Because like I get stressed and I'm thinking that I'm not going to be able to think of something better than what I thought of before.
Mm.
But like I really have to remove myself from that and just look at each project individually and think of what's best for the project instead of just trying to top myself every time.
Yeah.
Because then I think that you could pigeonhole yourself or end up throwing away a good idea.
No, it's good advice though. But that's what, I think is the proper direction for it though too.
Hmm.
Because you want to keep looking forward and just, wherever the chips fall, they fall.
Yeah.
But that's usually where you come with the most inspiration, because when you start challenging yourself to the point you're losing your vision, I think that becomes detrimental.
Yeah.
So with also, since we've referenced Pocus and Horus a little bit, I would be, not doing justice if I did not ask for an update on everybody's favorite bunny from hell and world's worst magician. So what is the
Yeah.
focus?
Yeah, so I've already talked to Brian. We will begin production on Pocus 7 here shortly. We're finishing up our horror one shot called Beneath the Lighthouse. That's going to be launching on Kickstarter soon. So uh we yeah, then we'll move from that to Pocus 7, and then we'll do I'm already working on the script for Horus 4 right now. And Horus 4 will conclude the Horus and Hell series, but it's quickly going to be followed up by Horus and Heaven. So
Mhm.
yeah, I'm just yeah, man, like we're going to keep on keeping on.
No, that's awesome. And I think the fans are definitely excited for it, because I always say, when we talk to everybody on social media,
Mhm.
I always get hit up when I say like, "Oh, I'm talking to Alan. Like, what's the latest on Pocus?"
Yeah.
Like, it's almost like a knee-jerk reaction. Like,
Yeah, so and that's the thing too, right? Like I feel like, this year was definitely challenging. Had a lot of personal stuff going on. So we only really got to do one Kickstarter this year, which is very unheard of for us cuz normally we do like 3 to 4.
Mhm.
But I'm back in the saddle now, which is just great. I've been doing a lot of contract work too, with other stuff, and especially working with stuff with Bad Bug has been always fun and fantastic. We actually have a book launching this month, Final Girl Next Door #3, and that's with me and Kit as well.
Okay.
So yeah, it's that one follows the story of a girl who moves to a small town to escape some killers that have been chasing her and a group of friends for a long time. So it's real hack slash vibes. But yeah, Kit and I are working on that one together, so it's just great.
That's awesome. But
Yeah.
like I say, you guys are always, a winning combination. Like everybody,
Yep.
you and Brian, and like the rest of the team too. Like, I definitely want to
Mhm.
shout out everybody on your team about that, because like when we see it as readers and fans, like we get
Yeah.
excited. Is there any word about Misfortune? I know that we talked about that.
Yeah, so Misfortune right now it's in a weird spot because it is in the what's the word I'm looking for? It's in the hands of a publisher right now.
Okay.
So they are reviewing blah blah blah, a bunch of stuff that I can't go into. So we'll just leave it there and I'll let you know what happens.
Okay, no, that's completely fair, because I
Yeah.
was going through. I think that's the last time you actually came on, so I was
Yeah.
like going through my notes here to get
Mhm.
get caught up to speed, because I know that one definitely. You dabbled a little bit in the superhero world there.
Yes, yeah, and I actually really like
Yeah,
that.
I was gonna
I
say.
didn't think I didn't think I would like it, but I got lucky because I was able to blend the stuff that I like with it too. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So it's this, it's also has its horror elements and everything too. So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say that one definitely. It showed a new side of your creativity, which I thought,
Yes, yes,
like somebody that's read a lot of your stuff, like
mhm,
that jumped out to me. That was like,
yeah,
oh, I want to see more of this. Like, where is
yeah,
this? Yeah, I'm definitely excited to see, whatever is going to lie in the future of Misfortune, along with everything else.
yeah.
And then obviously there's some fun questions we have to ask before we let you go.
Okay, go, go, go.
All right, so obviously we now have a new heavyweight in Cockhart, or yeah,
Whatever's on your mind, kid.
Cockhead. Yeah,
Yeah,
Cock. Well, you know what? Because it
yeah,
used to be like Die Hard. Everybody was saying
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. I know.
So Cockhead versus Horace, who wins and why?
So I'll go ahead and tell you this here. We have, because we'll probably end up launching Cockhead 2 around the time Horse 4 goes live. we have a cross promotion print already made
Oh,
for
let's go.
it's already done. For Horus and Cockhead. I'm gonna now I don't know what Kit's answer would be, but my answer would be Horus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say it might still be too early, but like I say, Cockhead makes a good run for it.
Yeah.
So I will say they're for the most badass of. I mean, he's not in the Pocus verse per se, but I mean
Yeah.
the imprint. That's where we're going with for that. So
Mhm.
like I say, that might have to be a showdown, which I can't wait to see that print. I'm still waiting on the Dead Squad versus Horus. I know that
Oh my God, yeah. So that's something that like I really would really like to get into. Yeah.
I'm there all day for that. Like I'm
Yeah.
not even lie about that. That's I've been trying to manifest that for a few years. I'm still
Yeah.
going. So that kind of throws me to my next question, which we might have just answered or not. And I don't know how much you were following New York Comic Con this year, but during the DCKO announcements, there was a graphic that was released, I believe, during the Jim Lee panel that had a bunch of characters possibly crossing over into the KO tournament. If you've been following everything going on there, because I know there was Homelander was there, Vampirella, a few other notable characters outside the DC universe, and like I say, just going off what we saw at New York
Mhm.
Comic Con, because I absolutely have no idea what that was all about.
Yeah.
But that being said, though, if you had to send one member of the Pocus verse in there to go handle some business, I think I already know
uh
what the answer is, but
yeah, I mean, okay, so aside from Horus, if I had to, because of course the answer always is you send Horus in there. I would actually send the demon. I would actually send the demon in
ooh,
there.
okay.
Yeah.
What? All right. What would be the strategy there?
Just complete and utter deception, dude.
Fair enough.
Yeah, wheeling and dealing and doing whatever he has to do.
All right. I could see that though. I mean, Horace was
Yeah.
like I say. I probably already tipped the hand. I was like, you always send Horace.
Yeah,
Horace.
definitely sending Horus, but yeah, just to switch it up a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, Horace is always the first option, no matter what.
Yeah.
So,
I do want to say though, I think the KO thing is
oh,
like how much fun is that, right?
yeah, that is
Yeah.
like, for being a very serious storyline, like that is so much fun. Like just watching it on the outside and like hearing like everything that's going on with that in New York and then like I said, when they threw that graphic up, I know Rich, shout out to Rich from 3FN, was all like,
Mhm.
what is going on here? And we all started going like, wait, are we having crossovers happen here?
Yeah.
Like just that one
What's
graphic.
happening?
Oh yeah, we were just like, wait. So if X, Y, and Z all happen at once, like what does this mean? Like, oh my God. So
Yeah.
yeah, so that's something I've been asking every creator. Like, if you had to send one champion of your universe, and it was
Yeah.
funny because when I was talking behind the scenes about this, everybody's like, "Hey, you sent Horus. You always
Yeah.
send."
Yeah, you always said Horus. Duh. Why else wouldn't you?
Yeah, Horus is the Thanos, the dark side, the
Yeah.
unseen force of the Pocus verse.
Yep.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. But, looking at the past, year for you and the team comic wise, since 2025 is coming,
Mhm.
it's scary. We're coming to an end in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, crazy, right?
What has been the biggest or most fondest memory for you as a creator?
Um, so 2025, I think seeing Horus 3 explode the way that it did.
Okay.
It was our biggest campaign that we've ever had, backer wise and financially. And just seeing people just show up for it was just great. And then, of course, doing all the stuff I've done with Bad Bug, like that stuff is just like it's I just get to have fun, which is awesome. And of course, now we're closing out the year with our first comic soup title,
Mhm.
right? Like, so yeah, didn't do a lot of stuff, Kickstarter wise, like for myself, like with, I didn't get out an issue of Pocus this year like I really wanted to, and I really wanted to get Horse 4 out before the end of the year, but things happen, but I mean, I think we're just gonna be really equipped to go into 2026 like strong.
Yeah. I was going to
Yeah.
say, because I was going to close out is where do you see 2026, like when we're talking at the end of next year?
Yeah.
Like, where do you
Yeah,
see?
dude. I see Mostly Dead 1 and 2, Cockhead 2, Final Girl Next Door 4 and 5. Working on some other books too with them. Like, dude, yeah, it's a lot coming up.
It's a lot coming up, but it's well
Yeah.
worth the support to you and the team. Because, like I say, this is no paid promotion, folks. This is, I'm not only a fan, I'm also a client, so to speak. Because I paid my hard-earned money to go support the book.
You do. You're dumb, and you do that. Yeah, you got that expendable income.
I know, but but it's well worth the support as much as I do.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it, Ken. You know that.
Oh, absolutely, brother. I go out and recommend it. Cockhead, the One Bad MotherClucker and One Hell of a Delivery is out right now on Kickstarter for only a few more days. And we can't emphasize enough, do not sleep on this book. You want to make sure this is in your collection. You want to see more of what Kit is going to do. And then everything Comic Soup is entitled to drop on everybody in the upcoming year. Because as Alan alluded to, there's a lot on the plate. But if you want to get your money's worth, you got to go out.
You know what you should have said? There's a lot in the bowl.
Ooh.
Comic Soup.
Bam.
Yeah.
There we go. There's a lot. Yep. There's a lot in the bowl, so make sure you bring.
make sure you bring a spoon.
Yeah, make sure you bring an extra large spoon.
Yeah.
So whatever you need to do to ingest that in you,
yeah,
get it in your system. Alan, as always, brother, thank you so much for coming on the show. We're definitely gonna be talking when the new projects are coming out. So
yeah, definitely cannot wait. So you guys be expecting me to be back on here in like a month.
Yeah, you more or less have residency here.
Yeah.
I always tell people, I'm like, when they name about who's host of the show, I'm like, well, there's Pat and Rich comes through a lot, and of course Alan. And they're like, Alan? I'm like, well, yeah. Like I say, it's just a residency, but we are more than happy to house you because obviously your books stand up for themselves. And one last time, Cockhead, Bad MotherClucker, who, like I say, when you see him, it looks like John McClane though. So that's what was throwing us off a little bit.
Yeah.
So now I gotta say, Kit, can we get that as a cover?
Yeah. I mean, dude, listen. Kit's a madman, dude. Whenever he made that Akira homage cover.
That's the one I got.
That was like, of course, I love all the stuff that he's done on there, but I remember whenever he sent me that one, I was like, yeah, that's it. For me, I was like, that's the cover that you show in the campaign. You're like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, because of course, we got fantastic, variant cover artists, of course, my boy Brian's on there. But yeah, I remember just whenever he showed me that Akira one, I was like, it just fits so perfect.
Yeah. You can't beat that. But now, Kid, I'm going to challenge you. Die Hard cover.
All right, I'll let him know.
For reasons. Put out there for reasons.
Yeah, I'm sending him the link to this as soon as it's up, Ken. So hopefully he makes it to the end. But if he doesn't, I'll tell him anyway.
Excellent. So I'll be on the lookout for that for the next issue.
Yep.
Till then, though, folks, make sure go hit that link. Go support Alan wherever he's at. We got the link to follow him on X, so you definitely want to go interact with him and everything that's going on with Comic Soup because you don't want to miss this imprint. They're going to be doing big things in the upcoming year, and this is the Kickstarter to it. No pun intended. Because you want to make sure you get their first book in your collection. Don't miss out on the campaign. Time is running out. Click on the link in the YouTube channel and on the liner notes of the podcast and on odphpodcast.com because the link is going to be up there as we speak. So you make sure to go support this. And for everything it is, the ODPH, you can find it at odphpodcast.com. That is it for this special edition of the show. So we'll see you next time.
It's such waste of time, swiping left and swiping right on people you could know. 'Cause anyone who's worth a damn be worth way more than a picture could ever show. You could find the right light, find the right angle, and never find your soul. And it can feel like a losing battle, and this plot is full of holes. This modern way of finding love just makes me feel so alone. And I can't be the only one sick of staring at my phone. So look up, talk to me, a better way to spend our energy. Just look up, talk to me. We don't have to float alone on the open sea. Don't know that I believe in the old time fable. Everyone has just one true love. All I know is you're across this table, and you're all I'm thinking of. So look up, talk to me. and swiping right on people you could know.